Hello everyone, it's Ali and welcome to today's video. So guys, today not going to be a long video. I'm just getting myself back into videoing, and I've decided, I did mention on my last video that I was inspired by the lovely Sue from Sue's Journal Adventures. She's made recently a sort of vintage themed journal. We're using a lot of authentic ephemera, which I have been collecting over the months. So I thought I was going to do the same. I'm going to take the inspiration from Sue and do sort of an eclectic vintage kind of, not going to be all authentic ephemera. I'm going to use some papers and some other ephemera, some die cuts, some paint, different bits and pieces, but a lot of it I'm going to use my bits that I've collected. I'll show you what I've got. I bought this kit basically for papers. It's just background papers. I'll show you in a minute. I've printed a little bit of ephemera faux vintage. I may use it, I may not, I don't know. I may just use it to embellish, I'm not sure yet. A couple of papers, and I've just got some coffee dye paper there. I don't know whether I'll use them, but I printed them. And then this is going to actually go in the journal. I don't know whether I'll use all the pages. I'm probably going to do 2 signatures. Soft cover I think I'm going to do for a change. Not decided on the cover at all. But yeah, so I printed this on tea-dyed paper. And it's just background pages. I thought these would be nice for like an eclectic-y. It did say when I bought these that they were tea dyed, but I can smell coffee and I'm not a massive fan of that at all. I normally try and go for tea dyed rather than coffee dyed. I like the colour better of the coffee dyed, but I don't like the smell on the paper. But anyway, not to worry. So these are the papers that I'm going to put in the journal. This was, I will link it in the description. I can't remember off the top of my head. It wasn't expensive. It was only a couple of pounds. Yeah, I just thought it'd be nice for basics papers in the journal. That's nice. I like that one. Yeah, there's quite a lot there. So whether I'll put them all in. So that's that. Now then, I haven't got all my vintage ephemera out. I've got bits out. I'm going to show you what I'm going to use. Oh, this is just, I had this in the drawer. It's just got some vintage laces and some flowers and bits in. These are just bits that I've grabbed for ephemera making, just coffee dyed envelopes and bits and pieces. Yeah, vintage book page, pattern, dressmaking patterns. I just thought I'd show you what I've collected. Now these are some of my vintage ephemera that I'm going to use for pages. I'm probably going to do the same as what Sue did because these are really fragile. Some of these papers I've got are from the 1800s. So what I will do for pages is we will use them, but we'll put back them onto some card, you know. And then, when's this one from? Does it say on there? 1911. So some of these are going to be pages. These, what's this one? Inland Revenue. What date's on this one? Why can you never see a date when you want one? This again I'm going to make into pages for the journal. But we'll do that. And then I've got these that I've bought a lot of them from, his name's Mark, on eBay. I'll try and Vintage by Mark, I think it is. That again, that was recommended by the lovely Sue. I've bought a lot of stuff off Mark. He's really good. He has some great bits on his website, on his Etsy shop. When was this one from? 1925. Oh, sorry, no, 1940. What was that? Oh, the Land Charges Act, 1925, but the documents from 1940. So these are going to be pages. Just stuff that I've got out of the ephemera drawer. Some of these have not got dates on. What was this one? Established 1892. Pommer and Thompson, fresh and cured herrings. Doesn't give me a date. And then we've got some more papers again I'm going to use for pages. I don't know about that one. I don't want a lot of colour in this journal. I'm going to keep it quite neutral. Again, that's more dressmaking, so I don't think I want to put them in this journal. These are really old envelopes, 1948, we can make into pages. I've just got dug a letter out, oh, that's not actually that old, that one, 1994. We'll get an older one than that. And then we've got this one. Where are we? Dates. A piece of blank paper. Oh, there we go, 1913. So yeah, I'm going to make pages with these. Don't know what that is. It's something. Endowment assurance. 9th day of January. £1,956. Where's the date? Can't see where the date is. These are really old. These are 1888. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous handwriting. I couldn't read it. I couldn't read you anything what it says at all. It's an old ledger. I bought these off Mark. Pages out of the ledger. These are I'm going to put a couple of these in. Yeah, really gorgeous. Like I said, I couldn't read the handwriting. And then we've got some on some blue, and that one's 1886. Yeah, gorgeous again. So I've got a lot of things I can use, and this one is made on the 4th day of May 1900. Look at that, still got the old bradding. Again, I'm going to use some of these as papers, 1900s. I've got drawers full of ephemera that we can make actual ephemera with, if you like. 1926. I don't know what this is. This was a magazine that came. 1930. I thought maybe we could make some ephemera from here. We could use as some pages. And then the other bits that I've got, what have I got here? Oh, that's just another thing of just papers just to make pages with. And then I've got a lot of vintage book pages that I've been collecting. 1889, 15th of October 1889. I'm going to use these for making actual ephemera with. These are just old book pages that have come. Sheet music pages we can use. Again, these are really old book pages. I love the font. They're all mottled, as you can see. They're not very clean. Where's the date on these? It doesn't actually say. They're book pages, vintage book pages. That's them again. I don't know what it is actually. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I wish I could find the date on these. They're very old. I would say they are 1800s with the other documents. Yeah. But we'll make some nice map. London to Bath, 1979. I don't think I want that in. Got more papers there. And then we've got more there. Does it give me a date there? Isn't it funny there's no date on that? They're very old papers. Lancashire and Kent. There must be a date somewhere. Maybe we'll come across it. Yeah, more papers. These, again, pages. Some vintage sheet music. Don't know what that is, but I don't want that in. It's got too much colour. Now I bought this. I can't even remember what it is, if I'm honest with you. Let's have a look. Oh, it was a ledger. I got this off eBay. Just sandy journals, just ledger pages. 1931. We've got some nice ledger pages. I'll put one of them in. And what was this one that I bought as well? Got my address there. Let's just turn that over. Oh, these again were from eBay. No, they weren't. Sorry, they were from Etsy. Morrowell Memories. And these were really old. 1894. They're from the 1800s. So they're really going to be brittle. So we'll probably have to back these on some paper. Look at that sheet music. So we can go through these and choose some pages. Yeah, so like I said, I've not got my other bits out. As ephemera wise and that. This I picked up in a charity shop years ago. It's only from 1990s, but I thought we could use some for ephemera, not the coloured ones, just the black and white. I don't know, I just got it out anyway. So that's the plan, guys. That's what we're going to start working on. Yeah, they take us up to Christmas, and then yeah, we'll have a rethink after Christmas. I have got a few other things I might do. I don't know whether I'm going to use them. I'm going to keep them out. So let's split these into two and see how many we've got. Let's have some script. And then we've got another flower one there. Let's see. Try and put similar in. So like that one. I'm just looking for another scripty one. Yeah, there's a script one. So let's just... Yeah, they smell very strong of coffee days. I'm really not a fan of that at all. And that one, and that one, that one, and that one, that one, and that one. More script, butterflies. Like I said, I don't know whether I'll put them all in. Flowers. Oops. That one. And that one. And that one. And then we've got them two. Right, let's have a look how many we've got. We can always take some out if we don't want them all in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, right. So let's have some of these pages as well. I'm just going to put them in, and then we can decide what we need to do with them after. I'm going to try and vary it up, mix it up a little bit. Let's have some of these sheet music. One. We'll have to cut some of them down probably. Look at these documents. The thing is with these, I won't want to cover them up because of the gorgeous handwriting. Let's put one in that one. And let's put one of the blue ones in. Yeah, I've been collecting this for a while. Yeah, good 18 months I've been collecting. Authentic ephemera. Yeah, just keep buying little bits at a time. Let's have a look at these letters. That one and that one. I don't want too many pages because I can add to them. I can put tucks and flips and flaps. I'm going to have one of these in each. Oh, that's broken. Look, it's that delicate. I don't think I'd be able to reuse that because it's only one little brad now. I have to put it in the bin. It's years old, that, isn't it? 1900s. 125 years old. Can't get it out now, it's stuck. Right, let's just see if we can take one of them off. Okay. What else? I'm going to put an envelope somewhere in each one. I mean, these are really grubby, but we'll do something with them. What's this? We'll use that for ephemera, I think. Now, let's have a look in here because I just want some ordinary papers as well. Everything's falling everywhere. Where's that envelope go? It's okay, I can fix it. Yeah, I've just got some bits and pieces here. Got some, what's this called? Straw paper and some pianola roll. Let's have a piece of that. Just mix it up a little bit. And back on there. Yeah, just sort of pop on. I'm just getting back into my video and yeah, I've done one for a couple of days. We've been having this huge clear out. We're just waiting to hear about the house. So keep your fingers crossed for us, guys, that it all turns out okay and we get it. I hope so. What's that? Might put some of that in as well. Let's just move that over there. Yeah, we're just waiting to hear on this house now. So, and I think I might just have a piece of this ledger, and then I think, yeah, I think I'm just gonna have. We don't need all the pages the same size, do we? So let's. In fact, we'll have ledger in that one, and then we'll have some of this 1800s newspaper in another. No, we won't. We'll have a piece of each. We'll have one in each. Yeah, like I said, we will have to back this on something because it's just so brittle. It's just falling. It smells really musty as well. That there. So we need another piece of ledger for that one, don't we? I think we might have enough now. I think we're going to have enough. I think we're going to go over the top. Otherwise, I might leave that one. Let's have a look how many we've got now. Let's just put you there for a minute. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 pages in each signature. Do we think that's too much? I think I'm going to take a couple of pages out. I'm going to take that out. So that's 1. I'm going to take that out. That's 2. Don't want to go with so many that, yeah, it's just going to be too many. We can use them. So I'm going to take 3 out of that one. So that leaves 16. Let's take 3 off this one as well. Because I want to try and have, I don't know whether it'll be a writing journal or whether it'll be more of a pick up and look at journal. I'm not sure yet. Right, we've got 1 script there, so let's take that script out. That's 1. That's 2. Yeah, I'm not sure yet. We'll see. And that one. Right. Okay, so we've got 16 now. Let's just move all this. I'll sort all this out afterwards. Got so much stuff behind me. Right, let's have a little look. Like I said, some of them we're going to have to back onto card because it's just going to be falling to pieces. Let me just get my trimmer. Let's just cut around. We'll do this. How are we doing, everybody? Are we all okay? I'm good. Yeah. feeling lots better, thank goodness. Yeah, so that one I'm going to back onto something. This one, I think I'm going to cut it down a little bit. I don't want all my papers the same size. This is just some vintage page. Don't know where that's come from, but let's cut it down a little bit. Let's just make some different size pages. Envelopes. Now then, do I want to open them? No, I think I'm going to put them in like that. And I think we're going to cut off the top and make pockets at the top. Like so. There's one page. And then we've got this gorgeous, which is the best way to fold that way, isn't it? Yeah, the only thing is I'm going to struggle covering them up because they're too nice, the papers. That's quite thick actually. That could go in as a page on its own. That's quite thin, so I would probably back that onto something. That's quite thick again, so that can be a page. I don't want to cut them down. What do they measure? 6 1/4. I'm going to have that like that. I think I'm going to cut a bit off it. Like that. That I think we'll have to back onto something. It's very flimsy. I can cut a little. I don't want to cut that number off at the top, so I'm just trying to keep it as much as the original ephemera as I can. Sorry, as much as the original. Keep them as. Oh, Alison, start again. I'm trying to keep them as they are. That's what I'm trying to say. So what are you up to, guys? Have you finished your Christmas crafting, or what are you doing? Are you still Christmas crafting? Yeah, I've sold a couple of my journals. I have got a sale on in my Etsy shop at the moment. Little Christmas sale, Black Friday sale. 10% off all my journals. Quite a few in there. Still a couple of Christmas ones left, I think. I haven't actually checked what's left. I think that there is still a couple of Christmas ones left as we speak. The link's always in the description box to my Etsy shop. I'm not sure whether this butterfly paper goes, but we'll be covering it up probably anyway. Probably most of these pages will be covered up with something, I would imagine. I want it to be a nice, yeah, a nice thick journal. Like I said, I've not thought about covers yet. But I think I'm going to do soft cover. Right, let's just put you there for a minute. Now then, I'm going to save them. Only because I might be looking for little strips of paper, vintage paper, to collage with. So I'm going to get a little basket and put them in. Right, let's put this first signature together. I want something interesting on the beginning. I think I'm going to go with that one. Like I said, I'm going to struggle to cover these up because they're just too nice. I'm going to put a plain one in there. And then we're going to put another like this. I don't want to rip these. I want to keep them. So I'm going to have to make my cover fit around this. Really, that's what I'm going to have to do. Just going to have to make it fit. I don't want to be cutting everything down. I want to keep things as they are, but we can make a big cover, we can make a bigger journal. It doesn't have to be a certain size. Let's put that envelope in there. Let's put that in there. I tend to make my signatures first, and then I tend to do my cover to fit accordingly. That's what I normally do most of the time anyway. This big piece here we're going to have to cut down. I won't be able to leave that like that, but that's going to have to go on. That's going to have to go on some card anyway, because it's so thin. We can get rid of that bit there because there's nothing on it, and we can get rid of that. There's no numbers or anything on the top there. We can get rid of that. Like I said, I'm trying to keep it as interesting as it come, like original. I think we'll have that in the middle. Let's have that. Which way does that go? That way, yeah. And then that one in the middle, but we'll back that onto some card. So there's my first little signature. Now I know they look thin at the moment, but once we start working on them, once I've added some this to card as well, it'll be a lot thicker. I'm going to keep that. Let's do this one. Let's just cut these papers down, fold them over. So I'm looking forward to doing this one. I might do some other bits and pieces in between, I don't know. I'll have a little think. We're nearly organised for Christmas now. It's just got the wrapping up to do, which is a mammoth task, as you can imagine. But we'll get it done. I'm going to try and get it done this week before the girls finish. They finish for college on the 19th, I think, so we've got a few weeks yet. Let's just trim these down. Yeah, it's all hidden at the moment. Although I'm sure they know all our hiding places. I'm sure they go rooting when we're out. So, who didn't go looking for Christmas presents when he was a teenager? I certainly know I did. And then it spoils it, doesn't it, really? It does spoil it. But oh, I'm just going to take off my cardigan. I was cold and now I've gone really warm. Oh, yeah, so I don't think I've got anything to tell you. No, we're just waiting to hear about this house now. So, yeah, say a little prayer for us that we get this house. I don't think, well, I'm hoping we wouldn't have to move till after Christmas, because that would be a mammoth task. I mean, like I said, we've got a massive sort out, so everything just needs packing. There's no rubbish in the house anymore, in the flat anymore. But I wouldn't like to think I had to pack up now and move before Christmas, would I? Heck? But if we have to, we have to. As you know, we're away for Christmas. We're going to my mum's. I don't know if I'll use these scrappy bits of paper, but I'm going to save them, because if I'm looking for scrappy bits like that, collaging with. Right, now this, we'll have to make that a bit thicker somehow. This will have to go onto some card. Let's just make sure we can cut it. Like I said, I don't want to cut anything off that I want. It's so brittle. It's just all breaking. There's no way that would stand up to time in a journal. I'm going to leave that rickety edge. I don't know whether I want that in. Do I want that in? It's just a piece of vintage paper. We will do. I'm going to do the same with this one. These are huge envelopes that they used to use. No, there's nothing in. Mays, Adamson and Adamson. Still got the stamps on. I can't see the posted. Oh, 1953 I think it says. Now then, let's do it like that, and let's cut off and make pockets with that one. Yep. And then this one's quite thin as well, but it should be okay. I just thought these would be interesting papers, even though I'm going to cover them up. This one I'll probably put onto some card. I love this. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely to write like that? Like I said, I couldn't read any of it to you, but it's really nice. Vintage sheet music. And then this one is we'll have to cut down a little bit. Geography and History of Nations. Let's have a look. Right, okay, let's just get this one. Let's have a look here. Yeah, I'm not sure I'll use them scraps, but we've got them, haven't we? Right, what do we want for the first page? Want something. I think we'll have that one. And then that one with the writing. That one. That one. Sheet music. Ledger. See, I want to keep all these on if I can, so we'll have to just make the cover accordingly, I think, to fit around it. That one needs to go on some card, it's very thin. And then that one, the envelope. Yep. Again. That one, that one, and then we'll have that one in the middle. I'm not sure what that's about. Just a vintage page. Well, so vintage. So there's our signatures. Now then, I think I'm going to start with that one like that. Now it doesn't look much, does it, at the moment? But believe you me, as you know, as we get making, it'll go fatter and fatter and fatter. Now what I'm going to use for the cover, I do know I haven't got any big shopping bags at the moment. I have made them before out of this just brown paper. And this is all I use. I tribble it, like fold it 3 times so that it fits the journal, cut the papers. So these, the widest one measures, my cover needs to be 7 inches wide, and then I want something at the top, 7 inches wide and 9 1/4 tall. So let's just write that down. 7, don't want to write it on there in case I want to use it. 7 by 9 1/4. Right, so I'm going to use this. I'm not going to make the cover today. I'm just going to show you how, if I've got enough paper. So we want it, what was the height? 9 1/4. Let's just, I need to cut it down because, right, let's try and fold it. My desk is not big enough to put everything on to show you. Right, hang on. Just fold that up to 9 1/4. Let's just measure that. Let's see what that measures. Oh, it's well over. So let's just, this is what I do if I've not got any paper bags and I just want a soft cover. I'm going to get some felt out to back it with. So I've folded that, and I'm going to fold it again. Fold it. Right. I was going to triple it, but I've not got enough paper, so I'm just going to use it double. I'm just going to use it double unless I bring that over like that, just to thicken it up a little bit. Right, so what was my cover width? 7. So I want 7 that way, but I also want a 3 inch, 3 or 2 inch, a 3 inch spine to make it comfortable. So I need to have 7 and 7 is 14, okay, because we want front back. So that 7 is 14, and then a 3 inch start again, Alison. 7 and 7 for the front and the back is 14, plus a 3 inch spine is 17 inches wide. I want it. So it's just, I haven't got a big enough ruler. Mine only goes up to 12. Where's my pencil? There's 12. I hope you can see that. Can you see 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so I need to cut down there. This is just how I do it. Where's my knife? Sorry for reaching over, guys. I'm just going to see if I can find my little... If I had a paper bag, it would be a lot easier, but I haven't. Like I said, I'll probably put some felt in here. Okay, so that's the width. Now we need the height, okay? So the height, we need, what did I say? 9 inches, was it? I'm going to go from this end. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue this down a minute. Just to keep it, this is just to make the cover a little bit thicker. You won't see any of it when I've decided what I'm doing with it. Like I said, I've not decided whether I'm going to collage, fabric, what. I don't know, I'll have a think about that. It's all going to get stitched. Let's just put a bit of glue on there, just makes it easy for me to... Right, let's do the height. So 9 inches, I'm going to go from the bottom. Where are we? Where's my pencil gone? I'm going to go over 9 just to make sure. I can always cut it down again. That's 9 inches. Let's just make sure they're going to fit in with some room. Yeah. That. Right, like I said, if you've got a paper bag it'd be a lot easier, but I haven't, so I'm just making do with what I've got. Okay, and when I've stitched it all, so that's good. Let's just glue that down now. Just make sure we're straight. You're probably thinking, Alison, what are you doing? But it'll work out. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just put some glue on here. Keep all this down. Once I've decided what I'm doing, I'll stitch it. I might even stitch around this bit in a minute. Okay. Okay, there we go. That's the base of my cover. Now what I'm going to do, as you can see there's little bits hanging over. I'm just going to, and obviously when I've decided if I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do fabric and then a collage cover. Right, okay, so I've done that. So what I've done is I've just folded it in half roughly. And there's the middle of my, I'm just going to put a little mark there, then you can see, because we won't see it. Okay, so I said I wanted my spine 3 inches, so what I'm going to do is, there's the middle, 1.5. So from that middle point, I'm going to go 1.5 this way, which is there. And then I'm going to go 1.5 that way, which is there. I'm going to get my little bone folder. I'm just going to fold down it. And then this one, like that. Then I just get my ruler and just fold it over, just tease it over like that. And then this one the same. And then that just gives me that, as you can see there now, we should have a 3-inch spine if I've done it right. Yes, 3 inches. I know it seems quite a lot, but once I start putting, especially with backing some of these pages onto card as well, they'll become thicker. So I want plenty of room, and I know it looks like that we've got quite a lot of room here at the side, but what I'm going to do is leave it, because as the journal grows it comes out, doesn't it? I'm going to put I'm going to use a lot of, I've got a big drawer of vintage lace that I've been collecting. So yeah, I think it's going to be a really nice journal, this one, hopefully. I'm just going to straighten that edge off because it's not straight. Just like that. Let's just see if that one's straight. So that's the sort of bones of the journal. Like I said, when I've decided what I'm going to do, probably put some fabric on, I think. But that's it. That's what we're going to work on, guys. Like I said, I'll try and do something else in between. I don't know, I might do a bit of mixed media, start making some ephemera, because I'm going to do another mixed media journal at some point. So that is going to be the start of our vintage, eclectic kind of, yeah, authentic ephemera journal. Yeah, so I hope you'll enjoy the process. I'll start a playlist, from today. I'll link this kit. I mean, you don't need this kit. You don't even need to do vintage. If you don't, you can do whatever you want, guys. If you're working along with me and you've not got authentic, you can buy digitals. You know, I'm just doing it because I've bought the stuff and I just thought it's about time I use some of it. I've been collecting it, like I said, for over 12 months. And then when I seen Sue make her lovely journal, I thought, yeah, I'm gonna use some of my stuff. So yeah, guys, there we go. We will carry on. Like I said, I will be back with another video shortly. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch, guys. I do appreciate it. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.